Hi again, twice in one day. I know, unusual. But I have had a request from one of my many Canadian friends to look at this is Erica Robinson, by the way, from In the Company of Cards. Welcome back. But I've had a request from my Canadian friends to look at the uh, prime minister race between Mark Carney and Poilievre. Poilievre is the Conservative Party candidate. And there is going to be a debate on the 17th of April. So that is a week from this coming Thursday. And, right now it looks like Carney, the Liberal candidate, has the upper hand. It wasn't always like that, but so prior to all of this tariff mess, Poilievre looked like he was going to run away with it. But the tide has shifted, and now Mark Carney looks like he is in the lead. But as we know here in the States, a debate can really turn the tide of an election. Am I right or am I right? So let's look. I'm going to pull, I want to look to see how they're going to do, each of them. And so I'm going to pull 5 cards for Carney and then 5 cards for Poilievre. And I'll pull all 10 together so that we can look at them and compare. Okay, and I'm going to let Spirit be the decider here in terms of all of the cards. So as always, whichever card is in the center of each of these two lines will be really important. Okay, let's see. Here we go. All right. The first cards that I pull will be for Poilievre. This is the conservative candidate. A lot of Canadians call him Trumpy. There are a lot of other Canadians who think that that's a misnomer, but he is the conservative candidate. They would be the equivalent of our Republican Party here. And then these are the cards for Mark Carney. He is the Liberal candidate. What, if you the rough equivalent of our Democratic Party. So Poilievre here, Carney here. Okay, these are Poilievre's cards. And these are Carney's cards. Okay, this will be a very quick video, but just want to give you the lay of the land. As you know, energy is mutable. So if this debate were held today, this is what I think would happen. Um, so let's just see. So we have the tower, we have the woman, we have the clover, the bouquet, and the young man. So these are for Poilievre. Okay, this is the conservative party. This is the card for government. Um, and it's interesting that the second card is this one. Sometimes this is female energy, so like the woman's vote. Sometimes this is a card for yin energy, and yin is powerful energy, but it's powerful in a particular way. I think that he will mm, mitigate his manner somewhat, meaning I think that he will try to come across in a more, um, we'll say, kinder, gentler manner. He won't want to come across as a steamroller bulldozer type like 47 is. So that's what I think there. And I mean, I can't help but say Clover is interesting here. Remember, whatever the card is in the middle is really interesting. Clover is luck. I think luck could very well be with Poilievre in this debate. It's luck. And why do I interpret that card as luck instead of something else that I might interpret it as? Because it's followed by the bouquet. And his more yin affect, I mean, I'm not saying he's feminine or anything like that. I'm just saying he will come across as open and expansive and warm and inviting. That will be good for him. Uh, that could award him the prize in the debate. The last card in the line is the young man, and maybe this is young voters. I can mirror this card with the tower. Uh, he could be someone who brings young people um, to the polls. That's Poilievre we're talking about. Okay, now let's look at Mark Carney. Well, here's the thing. The mountain, the stork, the rider, the house, the whip. I'm going to say that if I had to pick a line of cards for one that I prefer, I would prefer Poilievre's to Carney's. First of all, to start with the mountain, could very well be that he gets off to a slow start. But then gets better during the course of the debate because this is the card for positive change. In the center, we have the rider, and the rider is the card for a message. But okay, we'll just leave that there. And then we have the house. He is familiar with how things work, certainly with how the economy works. Remember, he's a banker. So people might like that. But it's interesting that the last card is the whip, because the whip is a card for argumentation, disputation. It's not the most pleasant in the world. And I can mirror this whip card with this mountain card. So he may come across as being intransigent, argumentative. I mean, it is a debate, for God's sake. But I don't know that people will come away feeling as warm and friendly towards him as they will to Poilievre, which surprises me, but there you go. Now, the stork, which is this positive change, I told you that he gets off to a slow start, but then things get better. Hold on, I have to turn this thing off. Then he gets better. And I can mirror that with this. He will, during the course of the debate, things will go better for him. He will seem like somebody who knows what he's talking about. He's familiar, he's familiar with the issues. So that's an improvement. But if I had to pick a line, I would have to say, in terms of how the voters receive these men, that Poilievre in this moment has the edge in the debate. Now, again, elections sometimes do hang on debates. Not always, but sometimes they do. So I will look at this again, just like I'm going to look at what I looked at earlier today. I will look at that again as well beforehand. That would be I will look at the day of protest that's scheduled for the 19th in the States. I'll look at that again closer to the time, but I will also look at this election. But right now, in this moment in time, Poilievre with Tower, Woman, Clover, Bouquet. Bouquet is like an award, like you win something. And then Young Man versus, for Carney, Mountain. Stork mitigates the mountain. I think that's really good. But the takeaway message can feel like he's argumentative, intransigent, pushing too hard. And you never know what's going to turn people on and off. I mean, look at our election. Just saying. So for now, Poilievre has the edge in the debate. Remember, he is the conservative candidate, and that's what I see right now. I will look at it again closer to the debate. Okay, take care. See you soon.